Nobody understands. We're negotiating with many countries. But at the end of this, I'll set my own deals because I set the deal. They don't set the deal. I set the deal. They've been ripping us off for years. I set the deal. They keep saying, when are you going to... This is not like a big deal that's going to be signed. In some cases, we'll sign. $5 billion a day. Now we're not dealing with China at all because the tariff's so high that they basically can't deal.
Did you know China just blocked $10 billion of American stuff at the world's busiest port? That's right, folks. While Orange Turd was busy tweeting about crowd sizes, China was playing hardball with our iPhones, cars, and even medical supplies. Now hospitals are warning about syringe shortages right before flu season, and your new Tesla might be sitting in Shanghai until 2026. But don't worry. I'm sure Trump has a brilliant plan involving hamberders and covfefe to solve this mess. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So you're probably wondering how the world's biggest ports just became political weapons in a global pissing contest. Well, it all started with our very stable genius and his "I know trade better than anyone" approach. Remember when Trump slapped those tariffs on Chinese goods back in 2018?
So every country, almost without fail, friend and foe, has been ripping us off for years. So we're meeting with almost all of them, including China. And at the end, I'm setting the deal. We don't have to have sex. I'm going to be setting the deal. I'll be setting a tariff. You keep asking the same question. When will you agree?
He promised it would be easy to win, and China would just roll over like a submissive puppy. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Fast forward to today, and China's doing safety inspections at Shanghai port. Yeah, right. Safety inspections that somehow only target American goods? What a coincidence. They're playing the trade war game way smarter than Orange Turd ever did. While he was tweeting random words in all caps, they were planning actual strategy. Shanghai isn't just any port. It handles 47 million containers every year. That's 17% of China's total trade moving through one place. The perfect pressure point. It's like China found America's economic balls and decided to give them a little squeeze. 4 years after Trump's brilliant trade war kicked off, we're worse off than when we started. The trade deficit with China, still massive. American manufacturing jobs, still disappearing. The only thing Trump managed to make great again was China's leverage over us. The real joke is, Trump wanted to bring manufacturing back to America, but his genius plan backfired completely. Instead of becoming more independent, we're now even more vulnerable to Chinese disruption. It's like trying to quit smoking by buying 2 cartons instead of 1. The industries getting hammered hardest are tech, healthcare, and automotive. You know, just those little unimportant sectors Trump claimed to champion. No big deal, just the entire backbone of our economy. Hospitals are now warning about critical shortages of medical supplies right as flu season approaches. Nothing says America first, like American patients not getting medicine because Grumpy Trumpy needed to show how tough he is. This trade war is hitting Americans where it hurts most. Our wallets, our health, and yes, even our precious iPhones. The average American will pay hundreds more for electronics, cars, and medicine this year because of this mess. But I'm sure those coal mining jobs are coming back any day now. But wait, the consequences get even more ridiculous. You think this is bad? Hold on to your mega hats, because the ripple effects are about to get way worse. Think the port blockage only affects big corporations? Think again. This mess is coming for your wallet, your healthcare, and maybe even your next McDonald's visit. A shocking 40% of American syringes and 30% of our diagnostic kits come from China. So when Donnie Diapers decided to play tariff chicken, he forgot that hospitals need supplies to keep people alive. Oops. Your shiny new iPhone 17? Delayed for months? That Tesla you ordered? Stuck in Shanghai until 2026. Meanwhile, hospitals are calling suppliers like desperate exes at 2 a.m., begging for basic supplies. But sure, the trade war was easy to win. The news won't tell you about little electric van company in Ohio that can't get their motors and batteries. They're not making headlines, but they're filing for bankruptcy. Small businesses are getting crushed, worst of all, because they don't have fancy lawyers or billions in cash to weather the storm. Thanks, Orange Turd. Have you heard about demurrage fees? That's the $100 to $200 per container per day charge while your stuff sits in port. And guess who ultimately pays those fees? Not China, not big corporations. You do. Every day your new toaster oven sits in Shanghai, it gets $5 more expensive. Math is hard, but even Trump should understand that one. The National Retail Federation, not exactly a bunch of radical leftists, predicts price hikes of 5 to 10% on everything from smartphones to car parts by mid-2025. That $500 phone? Now $550. That $20,000 commuter car? Tried $22,000. But I'm sure your MAGA hat will keep you warm when you can't afford heating. America's brilliant response? Newport fees on Chinese vessels starting October 14th, up to $3.5 million per ship. Because fighting fire with gasoline always works out great. A senior official at the Port of Los Angeles warned this could lead to widespread layoffs. More winning. The real joke is how our America First policies left us completely dependent on China for everything. They control 80% of rare earth minerals needed for smartphones and electric motors. Our independence movement has made us more dependent than a toddler at bedtime. Now both countries are locked in a game of economic chicken, with regular people paying the price while politicians point fingers. The American consumer gets screwed while Grumpy Trumpy tweets about how unfair everyone is to him. So what would Trump do to fix this mess? Let's imagine his brilliant solutions, which I'm sure involve covfefe, windmill cancer, and maybe nuking a hurricane. The trade war that was supposed to be easy to win has turned into an economic dumpster fire, burning a hole in our wallets and healthcare system. Orange Turd's brilliant negotiation skills have left $10 billion worth of stuff just sitting in Shanghai while American hospitals can't find syringes. This isn't just some abstract policy debate. Your iPhone costs more, your medication is harder to find, and Grumpy Trumpy is still claiming victory. What's scarier is that experts warn this could be the beginning of a new era where countries prioritize self-sufficiency over global integration. That means higher costs and longer wait times for everything.